Good evening, Delaware County, and welcome into the Delco League YouTube channel. Brennan Ricciardi here with you today as we get back on track with the Delco League broadcast. Today we got a good one between first place Upper Darby as they head to a resurgent Ridley Black Sox team who currently sits in third place. We'll get you the starting lineups in just a second here. Get you a quick update on the standings here in the Delco League. In first place is the Upper Darby Blue Sox, the two-time defending champions, three-time champions of the Delco League. They're 13-2. The league goes by a point system. It's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie. Upper Darby is 13-2, so that's 39 points. In second place is Wayne, the longtime king of this league. They've won 19 league titles. They are 10-5-1 in second place with 31 points. And third place is the Ridley team, who has really struggled over the last couple of years, but this year that has not been the case. They are 9-4-1. They have 28 points on the season. They sit in third place. In fourth place, Aston Valley is 7-7-1 with 22 points. Chester also with 22 points, but they've played two more games. They are 7-9-1. In the final playoff spot, Drexel Hill is 6-11, sitting 18 points. 6 of the 8 teams make the league, so in seventh place, just outside, is Narberth, but they're right knocking on the door there, 5-10-1 with 16 points. And in last place, a new team this league is the Springfield Pirates at 2-11-1. After the Springfield Colonials turned to the Springfield Blue Jays, that group left for the Westchester League. Head coach Steve Traynor, who now lives out in that general area, brought his guys, who most of which now play for Malvern Prep, over to the Westchester League to be the Malvern Blue Jays. So if you're just tuning in for the first time in a couple years, no Colonials. The Springfield team is a brand new franchise this year called the Pirates. A lot of different guys from around the area. Some of them stayed with the program after they left for the Westchester League. Some were coming from Chester after their head coach was a member of the Chester staff. So that is the way the Delco League standings look right now. As for tonight's matchup, we got a great pitching matchup here. Jimmy Boyle, who was recently named the High School Player of the Year in Delaware County by Delco Baseball now, he will get the start for Ridley. He's thrown just one inning this year, as the Haverford-Ford season went a little bit late as they made it to the state tournament for the first time in program history. Starting on the mound for Upper Darby will be Kevin King. He's a Cardinal O'Hara alum, currently pitches for Gwynedd Mercy University. Get you the numbers and the starting lineups here. Kevin has thrown 15 innings so far this season, ERA of just over 6. A rough start last week against Wayne skewed what has been a pretty productive season so far for him this year. Coming into that start, his first two starts of the year were strong against Aston Valley and Springfield. Last two outings against Chester and Wayne have not quite gone his way. So this is going to be a big outing for him as Upper Darby looks to keep that number one seed. And I'll say this, in the playoffs over the last couple of years, that number one seed has been really important because Upper Darby really plays well at O'Hara, their home field, and it's really struggled at Devon Prep, which is the home field of Wayne. So really trying to get that Game 5, if it gets there in the finals or even in the semifinals, is big for them. So get you the starting lineups here for the visiting Upper Darby Blue Sox. Leading off in center field will be Adam Fine. Brendan Till is your shortstop. He'll bat second. Batting third, the first baseman, Dan Gavlik. Christian Strickland, probably the longest tenured member of this team outside of maybe Joey Supa, but potentially Delco Baseball now Vice President Ben Thorpe. Christian Strickland will be your catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth, coming over from Wayne, is the left fielder Jake Verbitsky. Ant Kelly, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Batting seventh, the second baseman Gus Wright, who hit a big grand slam that put Upper Darby ahead 5-0 in Game 5 of the finals last year. Colby McNeely, typically a pitcher, he'll get an appearance in right field today. Not sure if that's just to get an appearance or if he will be going to throw in this game as well. And Conestoga's recent graduate Chase Cherney over there at third base will round out the lineup. Starting lineup here for Ridley, leading off in right field, playing on his high school field, will be the right fielder Bobby Doherty. Batting second, and on the mound as well will be Jimmy Boyle. And Jimmy will be throwing to his high school catcher, Shane Durkin. He will be behind the plate, batting third here. Batting fourth, the center fielder is Lucian Berger. Batting fifth at the third baseman is Jeremy Strandix. Ryan McGee, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Jason Hankins in left field will bat seventh. Longtime Ridley Black Sox CJ Costalis will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, John Tien. Got set for first pitch in about, hopefully, a couple minutes here. It's supposed to be a 6 o'clock start. We're still getting some warm-up throws and swings in here, but the coaches are heading out for the first introductions here. I've been told that I will be doing a cheesesteak review in between innings with Upper Darby shortstop Brendan Till. Me personally, I don't think I'd be able to go try a cheesesteak and then go back out and play shortstop. Maybe that's because I would probably eat the majority of it. but this will be the closest I felt like John Kruk and Tom McCarthy here. So we'll be trying Nico Steaks. Former Marple Newtown baseball player Nico Markakis has a cheesesteak shop. I believe it's in Clifton. Let me double check on that. Nico Steaks. Clifton Heights, yep. And Brennan Till has his food review page. So nice collab coming here. I'm excited. Hope he's got Cooper Sharp. That's my favorite. Looks like first pitch should be coming just a couple minutes here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here. It's the first time the Delco League YouTube channel has been up and running since, I believe, 2024. I'll double-check that here. We'll have coverage throughout the rest of the regular season with our Game of the Week. We'll also have a couple of playoff broadcasts as well as we look to see who will be taking home the Charlie Crest Trophy in 2026. Upper Darby looking to complete a three-peat here. They've won in 2024. They've won in 2025, looking to win in 2026. I was a member of the 2021 team, so that was their first of this stretch that they've had over the last couple of years. For a team that had been in the league for a long time and not found much success, the last 3 years have been nothing short of, or excuse me, the last, I should say, 5 or so years have been nothing short of spectacular for this organization here with head coach Dave Jordan. He's been the coach since 1994, since the franchise started. And we'll take a quick break here, and we'll get back with the first pitch. Welcome back here into the revival, I should say, of the Delco League YouTube channel. The Ridley Black Sox, Upper Darby Blue Sox battled the top 3 teams, 2 of the top 3 teams in the Delco League this year. If you're just joining us, we'll give you a quick refresher on the starting lineups here. We'll go with the visiting Upper Darby Blue Sox, 13-2 on the year, managed by Dave Jordan. Leading off in center field will be Adam Fine, batting second to shortstop Brendan Till. Dan Gavlik, the first baseman, a new addition. He'll bat third, batting fourth. The probably longest tenured member of this team will be Christian Strickland, the catcher, batting fifth. In left field, Jake Verbitsky. Ant Kelly, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Gus Wright, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Colby McNeely in right field will bat eighth. Potentially could not see an at bat from him. We'll see if he's just getting an appearance here, as he is primarily a pitcher, but you never know. And Chase Cherney, the 9-hitter, will play third base. We'll go defensively around the diamond here for Ridley. At third base will be Ridley alum Jeremy Strandix. Another Ridley alum, John Tien, over there at shortstop. At second base will be probably the longest tenured member of this Black Sox team, C.J. Castalis. And Ryan McGee, a recent Garnet Valley graduate, will play first base. Left to right in the outfield, left field will be a Chichester alum, Jason Hankins. In center field, Marple Newtown alum, Lucian Berger. And in right field, another Ridley alum, Bobby Doherty. Behind the plate for Haverford will be Shane Durkin, and on the mound will be Jimmy Boyle. Now, Jimmy's only thrown 1 inning so far this year for the Black Sox due to the Haverford High School season running a bit late, but what an unbelievable season Jimmy had on the mound for the Haverford Fords this year. He led them to their first ever state tournament appearance. In 60 innings pitched this year for Haverford, he had 100 strikeouts, a 0.93 ERA. He also swung it pretty well, an average around 300, OPS a little under 1,000. We haven't really seen him too much in the Delco League. I'm excited to see what he's got. He has a hard fastball in the upper 80s. He's got a wicked slider that has given right-handed hitters fits throughout his high school career. 3-time first-team All-Delco selection, but he's going to be facing a bit more of an experienced lineup here. A lot of college hitters in this order, a lot of college alums as well. Adam Fine will get things started today. In 45 plate appearances, Adam is hitting .371 this year with a .975 OPS, also known for his speed on the bases. Adam was a Harriton alum. He played his college baseball originally at St. Joe's University before transferring to Springfield College. And we are underway here as Fine squares the bunt. He will take that one for a called strike. It's a cloudy night, but a cool night now here in Ridley, Pennsylvania. It was pretty hot on the way here, setting things up. But things have cooled down a little bit. Pitch here to Fine, swing, and miss. Took a little bit off that one. Fine, a longtime member of this Upper Darby team. He was not on the team when we won in 2021, so I believe he came here in either 2 or 3, and that one's in the dirt. Anytime Adam Fine gets on base, he is a threat to take off here. Nice pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. It hits off the back pole, and Fine is going to be able to jog over to first base as he reaches on a drop third strike. Not the way he wanted to get on base, but I'm sure he'll be satisfied getting the leadoff runner on base. That'll bring in Brendan Till, a 2025 graduate of Cardinal O'Hara. He played his first season of college baseball at LaSalle University, and apparently will be eating a cheesesteak with me. And Fine already takes off. Till squares the bunt. And he will pull back. That ball is going to get into the outfield as Fine is able to get to second base. I believe it was ruled a strike. Till was a first-team All-Delco selection in his time at Cardinal O'Hara. He was the PCL Offensive Player of the Year in 2024. And he grounds that one over to second base to C.J. Costales, who fires over to first base for out number 1. A productive out over there for Brendan Till. And Upper Darby has the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. That'll bring in Dan Gavlik, a new addition to this team. He's played in 2 games so far, but he is 3 for 5. Has a home run as well. Now, while this league has primarily turned into a mostly high school and college baseball league, there's still plenty of guys that are well out of college. Stephen Wells on Wayne, one of those. Billy Ford on Chester. That first pitch is just a bit outside. Fine leads off third. Pitch is perfectly painted on the outside corner from Boyle. It's a big field here at Ridley High School. Wasn't too big for Lower Merion's Nick Draggett, who hit one off the tree in right center field, but that was the only high school home run I've ever seen here earlier this year. As a slider is in there for a called strike. Christian Strickland, longtime Upper Darby catcher, waits on deck. Jake Verbitsky follows him. Pitch here, swing and a miss. A changeup, it looked like, from Boyle. Beautiful pitch there. And a great job to keep that runner at third base with 2 outs. Then I'll bring in Christian Strickland, who's probably caught about 99% of the innings for this team. Really, you could say in the better part of the last decade. The Delco guy went to St. Elizabeth's, I believe, in Delaware. He went to one of the private schools in Delaware. He went to Cabrini for college. He takes that one a bit low. And it looks like they're going to steal home. What a job by Adam Fine to read that throw back to the pitcher's mound. He's going to score. I think a bit of a potential miscommunication there, but Fine is able to take advantage. And Upper Darby on the base pass is going to take a 1-0 lead. Well, it's a clean slate here for Christian Strickland. 51 plate appearances. He's at 250 this year, and he's going to take that one a bit gingerly. Hopefully Christian gets himself a courtesy runner there. That one did not look pleasant. Looks like we are going to get a courtesy runner here. We'll get you that number in a second. Looks like it'll be Tamium Mosley from Springfield will take over at first base here. That'll bring in Jake Verbitsky. He's an Episcopal alum. Played his freshman year at Lackawanna, which at the time was a JUCO. Now is a Division II program, as that one goes way outside. Mosley's going to advance to second rather easily. Verbitsky, who spent a couple seasons playing with Wayne, now over with Upper Darby. He's had a great start to the year. 48 plate appearances. He's hitting .324, 891 OPS. His brother Kyle still playing professional baseball in, I believe, the Atlantic League. That one just a bit outside. All three Verbitsky brothers had great careers playing over there. Brian, Kyle, and Jake. Boy was able to hit the outside corner on that one to get himself back in the count here. Ant Kelly waits on deck as a designated hitter. Mosley takes the lead off second. Verbitsky takes a slider that ends up right down the chute. Two-two pitch coming to Verbitsky. He was able to foul that one back. He goes back to the slider. Just hung up a little bit there. Some new uniforms here for Upper Darby, and they look great. They do get new uniforms almost every season, even though usually they look pretty good. But I will say the stripe on the pants are looking pretty sharp. It might get cut off by the umpire, but you'll see it at some point. 2-2 from Boyle. Swing and a miss. Goes to the changeup and gets him. Well, Upper Darby gets one on the board here after the drop third strike, followed by the steal of home by Adam Fine. We'll head to the bottom of the first when we return. Back here from the bottom of the first at Ridley High School, Kevin King will get the start on the mound for O'Hara. We'll get you the starting lineup here for the home Ridley Black Sox, who've really bounced back at sitting at 9-4-1 this season. Leading off in right field will be Bobby Doherty. Jimmy Boyle, the pitcher, will bat for himself. He'll be in the 2-hole, batting third. The catcher, Shane Durkin. Lucian Berger's had a hot start to the season. In center field, he'll be your cleanup hitter, batting fifth. Over at third base will be a Ridley alum, Jeremy Stranix. Ryan McGee, who just finished a great career at Garnet Valley, he will bat sixth at first base. Jason Hankins, Penn State Brandywine current player. He will bat seventh in left field. C.J. Costalis at second base, a longtime Black Sox. And rounding out the lineup will be the shortstop, another Ridley alum, John Tien. Defensively for the Blue Sox, behind the plate, as always, Christian Strickland from third base to first. We got Chase Cherney at third, Brendan Till at short, Gus Wright at second, and Dan Gavlik over at first. In the outfield, also going from left to right. In left field, Jake Verbitsky. Center field will be Adam Fine, and in right field, Colby McNeely. As mentioned earlier, a good two starts of the season for Kevin King. A bit rocky the last two, so we'll see how he's able to bounce back from those two starts. So first be met by Bobby Doherty, a recent Ridley graduate in 2025. He spent his freshman year playing at Widener. If you can hear anything in the distance, it looks like the Ridley football team's getting ready for the season. My old JV coach, Eric Hollingsworth, is just letting the linebackers have it right now. First pitch here from Kevin King, a changeup that misses a bit low. Just joining us here, Upper Darby takes a 1-0 lead. Adam Fine, a steal of home. No errors or anything, just a steal of home. Another changeup from King is a bit low. 2 pitch to Doherty. He's going to ground that one over to shortstop. It's going to be fielded cleanly by Gus Wright. Fired to Gavlik over at first for out number 1. Good 2-0 pitch there from Kevin King to keep him off balance. Jimmy Boyle steps in here. Usually known for what he can do on the mound, but he's a pretty solid hitter at the plate, too. As he lines that one over to Brennan Till for out number 2. 2 quick outs here for Kevin King. He will now be met by Shane Durkin, who is the Delaware County Offensive Player of the Year at the high school level. Fantastic season for Haverford. Hit over 450, hit 5 home runs. And I'll tell you what, over there at Haverford, that's not exactly a short porch. Pitch to Durkin, another changeup, low and away. Apologies for any delays in the score bug today. We are a one-man crew because my second in command is currently first in relief out of the bullpen. Pitch to Durkin, a bit late on that one, fouls it back. Durkin, a bit of a later addition to the team due to the Haverford High School deep run in states. Deep run into states, I should say. They fell in their first states game, but they made states for the first time in program history. Pitch to Durkin. That one's going to be grounded over to Gus Wright. Fields it beautifully. Backhand fires to first, and they get him. A 1-2-3 inning here for Kevin King as Upper Darby holds a 1-0 lead when we return. Well, now the party has started here as Brendan Till will join us for a little cheesesteak review here. And I'm excited because I've heard a lot of good things, especially for the fact that it is a Delco High School alum that it runs
Indeed.
this cheesesteak shop right here. Do you know him personally?
Yeah, I do. Does this work? This mic?
Oh, yeah,
this
we're
mic
all
on?
good. We're all good. As long as the switch is on,
Yeah,
you're
Nico
good to go.
Markakis. Is there a camera here or no?
There can be. It's not.
That's all right. That's
live
all right.
on
No
the
worries.
broadcast.
No worries. Yeah, Nico Markakis, great buddy of mine, Marple Newtown High School baseball alum. I've heard great things about this spot, actually.
Is this your first time?
This is my first time ever.
This is big.
Yeah.
This is big. As someone who I no longer live in Delco, it's hard for me to get out, too often.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do we get on? What's the order here?
So I got a pretty ordinary cheesesteak here with American cheese, no onions. And they're just jealous.
They are jealous.
They're just jealous. They're
Blue
not getting
Sox
this.
dugout.
It's all right. I'll bring it over to them. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, though, if you get a hit, then they're certainly going to
Indeed.
to be all right with it.
To be honest, I don't
picture this shot here.
I don't think I will, honestly, after facing that kid. He was throwing pretty good. Hold up. Let me just put the mic down real quick.
The roll looks really good.
Yeah. Back to my order. Sorry, I kind of got cut off there. I got American cheese, no onions, with a seeded roll. And then also we're gonna try. You're gonna be joining in with me as well.
I'm ready.
Just so you know.
I feel like John Kruk right now.
Of course.
Whatever they bring up to the booth.
Also we went with the chicken parm.
Chicken parm.
This is what Nico recommended.
Really?
I said I'm gonna go with the cheesesteak, and I was like, "Do you recommend anything else?" The chicken parm, of course.
You can set up a little video here if you want to throw this
Yes.
on the account.
Of course. That would be awesome. Here, I'm just.
Listen, I love my chicken parm too as the
course.
resident Italian. Till doesn't sound too Italian to me.
Not very Italian, actually. I'm complete opposite. I'm white as can be, Irish.
First pitch here to Ann Kelly in there, or apparently not
Ball.
in there.
This
for
guy's got a
ball.
tight zone.
Does have a tight zone. As long as it's
Nasty
both ways,
slider.
I don't think anyone will complain. We've, I believe, broadcasted maybe 5 games of Jimmy Boyle pitching this year.
Yeah, he's
the Haverford
filthy.
season. For the righties, the slider is just absolutely filthy.
Unreal. Yeah, apparently he's only going 2 innings, luckily. So I won't have to face him again probably. But, yeah, I faced him, and he almost broke my bat with a slider. So it's not ideal.
All right, we start with the chicken parm. We start with the cheesesteak here.
Let's start with the cheesesteak here. I'll just give you half. Here. There you go.
Thank you.
And I'll bite in here. We got, show the people at home.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Dig in.
Oh, that's good. I like the flavor right off the bat.
That is incredible.
Also for Nico to be able to start a business at what? He's probably like 20 years old, maybe. I think he was a 2024
Can't even
grad.
drink a beer.
Maybe.
He's already starting a business.
Kelly flies that one in the air to shallow
Looks like a change
right
up.
center. Looks like CJ Costales has got that one for
1 out.
out number 1. Shout out Nico. I remember covering him. I think that was our maybe second year doing high school was his Marple team. They won the district that year.
Very good team.
You got a rating here, or you need a couple bites? Are you a couple bites? Everyone knows the rules.
1 bite, everyone knows the rules. And then I proceed to eat the whole thing.
I'll tell you what, they're not shorting you on the meat here. That's for sure. First pitch is a check swing to Gus Wright. Looks like he did go around.
Honest to God, this might be the greatest cheesesteak I've ever had in my life. I'm not even exaggerating for the broadcast. This is just incredible.
I mean, the fact it's just so packed in. I don't know.
Yeah, unreal. The cheese is perfectly melted. The steak's in great condition. The roll is incredible. It's honestly, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this on broadcast, but it's like Delco Steaks on roids. Delco Steaks is a great sandwich, but this is just everything times 4. It's unreal. So I'm gonna have to go on the out of 10 rating here.
Cheese is just melted so
I'm
well.
gonna have to go 8-9 final score out of 10. What do you got, Brendan?
I'm going to go 8-7, and the reason I say that is because I typically prefer a little more crunch on the roll. But other than that, and that's just a personal preference thing. That's not like anything to do with what they do. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm excited to try this chicken parm too.
Yeah, let's dig into the chicken parm. Take a look at that, people.
I'll tell you what, man, this is
up your style. This looks incredible.
That'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah, this might be my favorite game of the year so far, honestly. Wow.
You hit one in the gap, you're going to be struggling around in second.
Definitely.
Gus Wright misses that one a bit upstairs. It looks like our setup might have got hit a little bit, but not too bad.
Wow. I'm going to have to go. I think it's delicious. I love chicken parm, but it has a lot of cheese, which is not my biggest thing, which is probably uncharacteristic of most people's opinions on chicken parm. They love that Parmesan loaded up.
Oh, that one smacks Gus
right
in the back. Where did Strickland get hit? I had my head down for a second there.
I don't know. I think it was a similar spot. I think it was a similar spot, to be honest.
Did not feel comfortable there. Well, how you feeling now that you're healthy again? 'Cause I know you had to miss the finals last year.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel good. Shoulders all rested. Did some PT. Feel stronger. Everything's good. But I'm gonna back to this chicken parm. I'm gonna go out of 10, probably like an 8.4. It's phenomenal. I'm just not huge on the cheese, but the roll is not seeded on this one. It's delicious still, and the chicken parm itself is just incredible.
I'll go 8-1 here. I think there's a reason it's Nico's Steaks, right? Not Nico's chicken parm. Nothing against chicken parm. I think the steak's fantastic, and
definitely.
And, it's for a county like Delco that has a lot of good cheesesteak places. I think this one's rising to the top, and it seems like a lot of people even outside the Delco baseball world would agree with that.
For sure. I'm gonna go. This is probably the best cheesesteak I've ever had, and chicken parm's up there as well.
Shout out Nico. I wonder how.
Shout out Nico for sure.
We got to catch up with Nico here.
Thank you, Nico, so much for this. This is incredible. Anyways, I think I might be in the hole after this batter, so I should probably head back to the dugout.
You are, yes. Once Chase comes up, you'll be in the hole. But,
so,
yeah. We can finish these up after the game.
Of course. Thank you so much,
good.
Brendan.
Of course.
Send
you this video over.
Awesome.
Shout out Breezy B.
Shout out Delco League. Shout out Delco Baseball. Shout out Breezy B Food Reviews. Breezy B Food Reviews out. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. We'll enjoy the rest of these after the game here because does not seem to be a bathroom close by, so I don't need to risk anything here. Yeah, we can leave that here. Perfect. Well, called strike 3 here. Jimmy Boyle picks back to the actual baseball action here. Looks like we are at the 9 hole of the order here. That'll be Chase Cherney. Content never dies here at the Delco League. Gus Wright leads off first base. Jimmy Boyle fires over to first. Nothing doing. Chase Cherney recently finished up at Conestoga. He will be heading, I believe, to Merrimack. Let me double check that. No, he will be playing Division I baseball. Merrimack, that is correct. Gus Wright takes off, swinging a foul tip. No throw from Durkin. So Gus Wright with a stolen base to get himself in scoring position here. Pitch on the outside corner. I believe I had that count wrong, but I believe it is 1-2 now. I think the first pitch was high. I'm still thinking about that cheesesteak, to be honest. Shout out Nico Steaks. No free ads, but, you know, if they're former Delco baseball players, we can do free ads. Pitch to Cherney. Swing and a miss. He got him. Jimmy Boy allows the hit by pitch to Gus Wright, but other than that, a scoreless top of the second inning. We were told by Brennan Till we think he might only be going 2 innings today. We'll see if that is going to be the case. But for now, Upper Darby currently leads this thing 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Back here from the bottom of the second at Ridley High School, leading off here for the Black Sox will be their center fielder, Lucian Berger. Lucian just finished up his sophomore season at Lebanon Valley. First pitch to Berger takes that one a little bit low. Berger, a Marple Newtown alum, 2024 graduate. Pitch here to Berger. Looks like that one just hangs a bit outside. Berger has been on a tear so far to start the season. 48 plate appearances. He has an OPS of 1079 as he smacks that one just foul down the right field line. Hitting .293 with a 1079 OPS. He has 3 home runs, which to my knowledge I believe leads the league. Stephen Wells from Wayne's probably up there. He's driven in 17 runs, which is twice as many as anybody else on this Black Sox roster. Lucian's dealt with some injuries in the past. Injured both of his shoulders during the Marple Newtown run to the district championship in 2024. Pitch here from Kevin King. That one hangs up to be grounded over to Dan Gavlik at first, who handles it cleanly and steps on the bag for out number 1. That'll bring in the third baseman, Jeremy Stranix, another Ridley alum on this squad. He's their third baseman, current infielder at Jeremy Stranix. Excuse me, the infielder at DeSales is Jeremy Stranix. First pitch in there is a called strike. Stranix so far this season, 44 plate appearances, is hitting .273. An OPS of 765. He pops that one in the air to shallow right field. That's going to be caught by the recent substitution in this game who came in for Colby McNeely. That's Andrew Luber-Solich. going into his senior year at Pencrest. And a quick first 2 outs of the inning here for Kevin King. That'll bring in Ryan McGee. Just graduated from Garner Valley. He'll be heading to Holy Family. Fouls that one back. I assume mostly as a pitcher. First team All-Delco pitcher. But we'll still take the ABs when he can get them. Perfectly paint the outside corner there is Kevin King, and he looks to go 6 up, 6 down here with Jason Hankins waiting on deck. Here's a pitch. That one's fouled back. Our phone setup's just taking a beating back here with the backstop today. It's a short backstop here at Ridley. Not too much rolls down the line. Not too many pop-ups straight in the air are going to remain in play. Pitch here to McGee. That one's going to be a little bit low and in. You'll see McGee a lot on the mound for this team, but at the plate so far this year in 28 plate appearances, he's hitting .455 with a 1283 OPS and 9 games played so far for this team. And pitching a called strike 3. Beautifully paints the inside corner. That's 6 up, 6 down here for Kevin King. We'll head to the top of the third here at Ridley with Upper Darby still leading 1-0. Back here for the top of the third, we got some more cheesesteak reviews coming. Andrew Luber, Solich or Solik? Solik. I've definitely interchanged them both before. And Ben Thorpe, you got a review for us? Or you just giving us some changes?
I'll just come back here.
Just come hang out.
Come back to hang out for a second.
Our setup is just taking an absolute beating today so far, but seems like it's going to be all right. Looks like Jimmy Boyle out for a third inning here. Now, Andrew, you guys did not face him for Pencrest this year, right? Was that the game where Lucas and Henry Murphy both had like 15 strikeouts?
Yeah, I think Lucas had like 16 and Murph had like 15.
Ridiculous.
Big zone.
Well, back to the top of the order here. Adam Fine, he reached on a drop third strike, but then he was able to steal home. I had my head down, so that's on me for not believing in the speed. Fine takes a slider in there for a called strike. Our ump has a little bit of a delayed call, but I have a pretty good view here. There's not too many fields we get to sit directly behind the plate. That's why I like doing games at Devon Prep. O'Hara, not the best place to broadcast. Fine slaps out into center. It's going to be right at Lucian Berger for out number 1. What do we got up for our review?
All right, I'm thinking like an 8-5.
I think I was at, for the steak, I think 8.7. And then chicken parm, I think was 8.1. It's
I
good.
haven't
Dude.
tried
It's
the
really
chicken
good.
parm.
I would say the only thing for me personally is I like the roll a little bit more crisp, but also, to be fair, Till drove it here and it sat for an inning or two, so it's kind of hard to knock him for that. I was a little higher on the steak than the chicken parm personally.
Yeah, I'm not a big chicken parm guy. I'll give the chicken parm like an 8 though. I like the bread. I'm a big bread guy.
Seeded roll.
Yeah, big seeded roll guy.
Well, Brendan Till, our cheesesteak man of the hour in the box here. I'm telling you, if he has to deal with some extra bases here, he's not going to be feeling pretty good. We did. Looks like they're going to check. He did not go. Yeah, Till DM'd me before the game and asked if I want to do a food review. I was under the impression, and that's a base hit up the middle. Well, I guess he gets the boys off his back for a little bit for doing the mid-game cheesesteak review. We'll see if he's able to run the bases here.
I'll say it.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks for stopping in. We got Ben Thorpe hopping in. It is the Delco League, but we got the Delco Baseball Now booth
Oh, my
together
goodness.
here.
I gotta do this and the game changer.
Did you get out of game? Are you doing
No,
both?
no,
You're doing both.
we're gonna multitask for
We're
a little
doing
bit
both.
here.
Ben, who is this towering gentleman in the box here?
This is Daniel Gavlik.
Did you know him before this team?
Yeah,
or-
he's a dirt dog.
Oh, he's a dirt. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's Perky, or that one Perky, or is that Liberty Bell?
Sunday, just the Sunday South Jersey Nabba now, actually.
Well, Dan
um,
Gavlik with a healthy hack there at that first pitch.
Yeah, he went deep on Friday.
Which at O'Hara.
Yeah, at O'Hare. I kind of forget against who. Oh God, I have no.
Oh, Boyle throws that one. That one's going to get away. Till's going to head over to second base. It looks like he's going to stay there. Maybe if he didn't have cheesesteak in him, he could have gotten to third. But
He still got
No,
some
he's
speed
still-
there.
yeah.
That looked all right.
we did not eat too much of the steak and chicken parm. I will
Okay.
say that. We're a couple bites, you know. Well, Till heads over to second base. Try and get that camera readjusted here. We can see what we need to see. Still got the fence in the way. That one's going to bounce away. Till looks like he hesitated a bit. He will stay at second.
Short backstop's been.
It is a short
been
backstop here.
their friend a little bit today.
So, Ben, you guys 13-2 on the year. How are you feeling overall about this group? Because really, at the end of the day, it's all about how you look going into the playoffs once everybody has their guys get their eligibility, you know?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, we've had a lot of younger guys come in and a lot of younger guys, a lot of new guys come in and play a big role. And we got one from here, got another one up, and a couple batters, and then a couple high school guys. We saw Andrew, Chase Cherney's been playing a little bit. Like a lot of guys have come in and filled in. I think once we.
That ball's going to be blooped into left field. Brendan Till had to hesitate a little bit, so he's only going to get to third. He had to wait to see if it dropped. Gavik will head and stick it first. So it'll be base hit for Gavlik, who has only played a couple games, but it seems like he's gotten off to a pretty quick start.
Yeah, he's a very good hitter. Been a teammate of mine in the Sunday stuff for 3 years now.
So
3,
did you
4
bring
years.
him in specifically, or?
Aunt Kelly, also another dirt dog, bought him in. They're good friends. So
Well, we got Christian Strickland. I was debating between myself if he was the longest tenured Blue Sox or Joey Supa. My guess was Joe, just because he's a little older.
It's Joey by far.
Is
Actually,
it Joe than you, or is it Joe
Yeah.
than Christian? So
yeah,
Joe
it's
than
Joey
you
that-
than
yeah.
Christian.
I have a couple years on Christian, and then Joey's got a couple on me.
You can almost argue that Christian might have caught the most innings in Delco League history. At this point, like, he rarely takes games off.
No, I feel like there's probably some.
Oh, it looks like he might have broke that bat. He's gonna have to go get a new one. We don't do that. We don't get much of that during our high school season. So we got a quick.
No,
Quick,
I imagine
visit here.
we would have, but
Yeah.
yeah. No, I imagine there's some guys who played 80s, 90s, early 2000s that stuck around for a while.
Yeah.
The league was much older, so. I mean, our guy Lenny probably.
Yeah.
Would be a.
Well, talking with Jimmy Boyle before the game, I had to assure him that we were not just following him to every start that he makes. This was a previously scheduled game before, because he was supposed to pitch Saturday before the rain wiped out that doubleheader.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, just we're not just coming to every game you do. Looks like that one might have been a bit inside. And advancing over to second base there is Gavlik.
Call that a ball.
I believe so. Tight zone, but at least it has been a tight zone both ways. So
Yeah.
shout out Lower Marion coach Colin Quinn at shortstop over there.
Yep.
He actually, on Saturday night, I tuned in with that one. He swings and it hits him, I believe, in the arm. I tuned into the Aston Valley and BYC Cal Ripken game, and Colin was behind the plate.
Yeah.
I noticed he turned around, took his helmet off. I'm like, wait a minute.
So he's doing like all levels.
Yeah. He definitely, head coach Dave Jordan's going to have a conversation. From here, it looked pretty clear he swung to me. He's just giving him a little time to readjust here.
I mean, it's the second time Christian's gotten hit.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if he was trying to dispute what happened or not, or if he was just going to maybe just give him, like...
It'd be hard to dispute.
Yeah. All right, well, Boy's got himself in a little bit of trouble here. Second and third, one out for Strickland. That was going to be a bit down. I didn't see a swing from here. I know you might be a bit biased, but
I have no vantage point, honestly.
I gotta say, I am a big fan of the Blue Sock hats this year. I love the tri-panel, like the tri-panel. I think this is the best uniform the Sox have put out because you guys switch almost every year. It feels like at this point.
Dave does a good job getting this new stuff every year.
Slider on the inside corner for strike three. I gotta keep up to date with the scorebook. I had 2-1 on there. We'll get locked back in.
It's all right. You can tune into.
Listen, this is the first
Blue Sox game changer.
This is the first Delco League broadcast, I believe, since 2024, and I think it might be the first ever video one because everyone I saw was just audio only before.
On Delco League, yeah.
We did the final
championship last year, but yeah, no, I forget. I forget his name. He used to come in and do
Joe Greenwich. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Come in and do a lot of those games.
We were kind of scrambling to get into the Delco League YouTube account today. We were able to get in around 2 o'clock because if not, we would have either just not done it or I would have referred people to the Delco Baseball Now YouTube instead. But yeah, it looks like we'll be doing about a game of the week for the rest of the regular season, which at this rate is only about 3 more weeks and then more frequent during the playoffs. That is a balk.
Wow.
That is a balk. Looked like Boyle twitched a little bit here to bring in a run. So Gavlik will as well head over to third. It is not a ball on the pitch if people are on base, correct? That's only when it's empty? Like if I think it's just yeah. All right, well, it's been a weird game. We've had a steal of home and a balk, our two runs so far on the day for Upper Darby.
Take him how you get him.
Jake Verbitsky takes that one low off the pole. Now with the bottom of the fence open here at Upper Darby, it's actually possible a ball could sneak under there. Brendan Tell just scored on a balk here. He's coming in to finish off this cheesesteak. People are saying you have to have a cheesesteak every at-bat now. Pitch to Jake Verbitsky. That one's going to be just a bit outside.
I think we have our next guest in the booth.
Ben Mutz is approaching the booth with authority right now.
You got the bottom of the third. Now you're on next.
Ben Mutz on the first place team in 2 different leagues right now. That fastball's upstairs. Potentially 3 if Ridley Park wiffle ball is going well. But at the very least, the Springfield Cardinals, who my Drexel Hill Phillies, I'm sure we'll run into at some point in the playoffs. Jostling for the 1 seed right now. I think I wasn't there Sunday because I was moving in, but we lost, so I think you guys have the 1 spot for now. Verbitsky fouls that one back. I think we played twice before this. I think no, because we had a doubleheader earlier. I think it's next Wednesday and then the following Wednesday, I think.
When does your regular season finish up?
I think we play them on – I know playoffs start July 17th for MSBL. Okay. So I believe we play them Wednesday the 12th, and then we won't play them in the first round. The playoffs are a very strange format for that league. Verbitsky's going to take that one low. So basically there's 8 teams in the league, and there's 8 teams in the league. There's 8 teams in the league, and they split the league before the season into 2 divisions, where they put the 4 best teams in one division and the 4 worst in the other. Now, for the regular season, I get it because you want them to play more often against each other. The problem is in the playoffs, it's by division, so the 4 best teams are on one side of the bracket.
Oh,
it's a very odd format and shocking the commissioners in the other side. And Kelly hits that one down the left field line. That one's tailing. That is going to be a fair ball. Gavlik scores easy. Verbitsky will pull into third base. He's going to run. He's going to keep moving. The throw will not come into the plate. Upper Darby now leads at 4-0. The 2-run double here for Aunt Kelly. And it looks like nothing's happening on the Ridley side of things in terms of the pitching yet. Not sure what Boyle's leash is here. He's only thrown 1 inning for the team so far this year.
Ant was saying that while he got out the first time, he had started to see it said he was going to make a little adjustment of how he was going to stand
Well, I'll
in the
say
box.
this:
and
as dominant as Boyle has been, really in the last 3 years that we've seen him in high school, it's a different world out here. First pitch, I believe, was a foul tip. I think he's going to have to head back to second. I believe that was a foul ball. Apparently not. I guess they just said he swung. I thought he called a foul tip. But Ben, as I was saying, as good as we've seen Boyle be the last 3 years, like coming in this league is a different world. You're facing a lot of college hitters. You're facing guys who played past college. Like just in terms of just the pure, like the mental side of at bats. Guys that are able to make these adjustments a little bit easier. And you got guys like Gus Wright here just finished up a college season.
Yeah, man, that's why it's so good to pitch in this league and get that experience. But especially for guys who just got out of high school and are heading off to college baseball. You get a pretty somewhat like low pressure look into.
At least in the regular season, low pressure.
Yeah, at least in the regular. But you get a good look into like what the talent's going to be at
like
that next level.
Your stuff isn't always enough. You sometimes just have to learn how to use it the right way too. Not saying that's the case tonight, just in general.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss here to Gus Wright, and that'll do it in the top of the third. But Upper Darby adds a couple more. They lead at 4-0 when we return. Back here for the bottom of the third. Had to readjust a little bit of the setup here, try and get some of the fence out of the way. It looks pretty good. Jason Hangen's the batter here, a Penn State Brandywine player currently. Started at, I believe, Hartford JUCO.
Yeah.
Skies that one in the air to second base for Gus Wright for out number one.
I believe he was actually originally a Coppin State commit.
Just because Josh, once Josh
brother,
left, that would make sense.
I think Josh left and the coaching staff left.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, I don't think there's much of a debate here. I believe C.J. Costales is the clear longest tenured Black Sox.
I was gonna say he's been around. He's been around long before even I. Well, I guess Nick the Cone technically.
Yeah, that's a good point. Long enough that I don't know where he went to high school.
I have no idea. Actually, that's a good question.
Thought I saw him at an Episcopal game one time, so that could be an option. But Either way, CJ's going to look to try and get things started here in the bottom of the third. John Tian will wait on deck. That one's perfectly painted on the outside corner. I will say, as tight as the zone it's been, it appears like it's been both ways. So as long as you're, I don't really care. I mean, I'd rather have it too tight of a zone than too wide of a zone. So pitch to Casales. That one's smacked down the left field line. That is a foul ball. So far, Kevin King has retired the first 7 hitters that he's faced. The Ridley football team is ready to
they got some 7-on-7 going over
my
there.
old JV coach Eric Hollingsworth from Strathaven, I can pick his voice out of a crowd, and he's just letting the linebackers have it right now.
It's summer practice, probably in the 2-a-days now.
Yeah,
I would assume.
We got so it's what,
never been jealous of that.
June 29th, so about 2 months till kickoff, I would say, for high school. Pitches upstairs. It's usually like the last weekend of August is typically, I think, when it gets started.
Yeah, it's usually they're usually a game the Friday before school starts.
There's a pitch that one's going to be grounded over to shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Till, fires to first. The cheesesteak is not holding him down at all for out number 2.
Maybe that's what he needed, man.
I was going to say, he said that first at bat, he did not see Boyle well at all, and he was hoping that he would not come out for another inning, but he got that single. Till seems like one of those guys that could just eat whatever he wants, and it doesn't matter. He's still going to stay like 160.
To be fair, he's like a typically kind of light guy.
Yeah.
In all ways, so maybe something to weigh you down a bit gets you.
First pitch to John Tian looks like it missed a bit low. John Tian just finished up freshman season at Lebanon Valley College. He is back on his high school field here at Ridley. Pops that one up. Looks like it's going to stay in play for Gus Wright, and it will be 9 up, 9 down here for Kevin King. We talked about how his first 2 starts were very good. His last 2 starts were a bit rough, and seems like he's back on track so far here today through 3. 9 up, 9 down. We'll head to the top of the 4th. The Blue Sox look to add on. Back here for the top of the 4th at Ridley. We got a pitching change here. Aiden Calagonis will be taking over for Ridley. He will be he just graduated from Westchester East. Looks like he is heading to Penn State Harrisburg to continue his
Boyle
baseball career.
Keep hitting?
I believe so, because it had him listed as pitcher/DH.
Okay.
So, yes.
That helps.
A. Calagonis is who I'm seeing. I was going to look up the Upper Darby game changer, but that is you. So if you didn't know, then nobody does.
I don't.
But I mean, it looks. I think on the Black Sox roster, yeah, Aiden Calagonis. They don't have numbers, so that's what threw me off.
Yeah. We ever figure out if Shane Durkin's playing college baseball? Or?
He's trying to walk on at St. Joe's.
Yes.
Is what I was told.
Yes.
Andrew Luber-Solich, the batter here, as we confirmed last time. Solich, not Solich. Like Dario Saric. First pitch in there, first strike. Andrew just finished up junior year at Pencrest. Mostly third baseman. Played short in the playoff game when Sergio Hernandez couldn't play. But imagine that shortstop spot's probably his next year.
Yeah, he's done well for. He's come in and done pretty well for us too.
It looked like potentially a changeup, maybe.
I don't know what that
had
was.
a bit of a vertical movement here.
It looked like a changeup, maybe. I think I just said the same thing you said.
Hey, listen, I'll take it. That means I have the eye of a pitcher. Luber-Solich chases that one for strike 3. Ben, just to be clear, you're not getting paid for this the way I am, even though you're in the booth, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. No. Just here. I'm here out of the love of the game.
Yep.
Here for my guys in more ways than one, or I guess in more groups than one. Here and.
Well, yeah.
Don't look at me like that.
Commissioner Nick DeCombe, who's also the coach of this Black Sox team, reached out and said they wanted to kind of boost their social media. That one's in there for a call strike to Chase Cherney. And once he reached out to me, he's like, I want you to make it not the same as Delco baseball now, but give it kind of its own brand and identity. But obviously, there's going to be some overlap, right? Pitched outside to Cherney.
Give it presence.
Just trying to kind of keep things different in terms of like how the graphics look. The broadcasting. I'm not going to just start talking in a different language because it's different than the Delco League, right? When Tom McCarthy broadcasts a game for CBS, he doesn't change how he does it. All right, so that one knocked the camera a bit, but the fence is behind the scorebook, so I think I can work with that.
All right, that's fine.
I'm excited to. I think next week we're probably going to do Wayne and Aston Valleys on Monday because you can just set the camera up behind the netting, and it can't get hit by a foul ball from there. Pitch just misses the outside corner to Cherney. Cherney finished up at Conestoga this year. He'll be heading to Merrimack. Do I know where that is? No, I do know it's Division I. I don't know where it is.
Good basketball team.
That is true. A nice little.
I think they're in New York.
You see them in that that 14 3-seat game.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? He fouls that one back as well.
Yeah, I believe they're like upstate New York-ish.
Merrimack College is Massachusetts. Is that what it is then?
That's
yeah.
what it is.
North Andover. Well, hope he's got some Under Armours.
Yeah, gonna be cold. Damn, these flies are just.
Yeah, the bugs are just assaulting Brendan Till sandwiches right now. So am I, but that was going to be grounded over to shortstop. John Tien will charge it, fielded off the heel of his glove, fire to first for out number 2. That'll bring us back to the top of the order here for Adam Fine. If you're just tuning in, Adam Fine originally reached on a drop third strike, ended up stealing home on a throwback to the pitcher's mound, caught the Ridley tandem. Wouldn't say cheating a little bit, but maybe sleeping a little bit. Looks like we also have a change behind the plate. That is not Shane Durkin there anymore.
Nope.
That appears to be L. Kelly.
Gotta do that.
Pitch here to Fine. He's going to swing and a miss at that one. Fine on the day so far. He's 0 for 2 with that strikeout, but again, he still reached base and was able to score. Brendan Till waits on deck. That was going to be a bit outside. Ben, could we see Colby McNeely pitching? I assume that's getting him appearances is for that purpose, right?
Yes, yeah, it is. He is
upstairs to Fine.
Working his way back in the shape.
I know he's pitched a long D1 season with Winthrop. Did he graduate? Is he done?
I believe he is done. But yeah, he's got a just got a little bit to work back into. But we're getting him his appearances now, so that playoffs come around, might be a guy that can throw for us.
Nice off-speed pitch there. It almost looked like it had a bit of like a splitter kind of movement there.
Yeah, it's a very kind of.
It looked like sharper than a changeup, but not like a pure 12-6 either way. Good pitch there from Calagonis. He's been throwing strikes so far. Swing and a miss. It looked like the same pitch, just a little different location, potentially a changeup here. But either way, nice, much-needed scoreless inning on the mound here for Ridley as they look to chip away at this Upper Darby lead when we return. Back here for the bottom of the fourth at Ridley High School. Kevin King has gone 9 up, 9 down so far on the mound for Upper Darby. So back to the top of the order here for the Black Sox. Which will be Bobby Doherty. I got 4. Yeah, I got 4. Yeah. Umpire was asking me for confirmation. I guess I'm the guy that we turn to here. It's kind of dangerous, but either way, Bobby Doherty, Jimmy Boyle, and Shane Durkin. Shane Durkin is no longer in the game, so we will get that changed for you real quick. First pitch misses here to Bobby Doherty. That will be Liam Kelly now hitting in that 3 spot. Changeup misses a bit away. Now the key for Ridley here, as always in a game like this, is you're not going to try and get all of them back on one swing. You got to put some good at-bats together, and top of the order here. Not too many strikeouts, only 1 strikeout so far. Pitch here, Doherty, and that's exactly what we want to do. You take that one for a strike, but understand that you don't have to swing at every strike that you get. You're going to try and chip away. Let you know about any other changes, but for now, looks to be the same. That changeup just catches the top of the zone. Ridley side isn't thrilled with it. I thought it caught enough of the plate there. I think we're just surprising with the way the zone has been tight so far. 2-2 to Doherty. That one's going to be just a bit outside. A great take on that one. Saw the changeup out of the hand. Doherty just finished up his freshman season playing at Widener right down the road. Full count pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. The first base runner of the day here for the Black Sox. Now, as we've been mentioning, this is a Black Sox team that over the last couple of seasons hasn't had too much success. Really trying to get back on track, and a lot of that is the young guys they've brought in. A lot of guys from Haverford, Jimmy Boyle, Shane Durkin, Sam Sturman. Some guys on the team, Haverford team last year, Ryan Cassidy. A lot of Ridley guys trying to kind of get some youth in here. First pitch to Jimmy Boyle. Catches the inside corner. Boyle is now out of the game as a pitcher, remains in the game as the DH. He lined out to short his first time up. Boyle pops that one back. Boyle with the one bottom batting glove look. You don't really see that too often these days. Pretty short lead for Doherty, and Jimmy Boyle is going to smack that one over to right field. It's going to be right at Andrew Luber-Solik for out number 1. Some good swings from Jimmy today, but right now just catching the outfielders. Well, Liam Kelly will be the batter here. He's now behind the plate for the Black Sox. Looks like Liam was a graduate of Roman Catholic last year. He played at Kenyon College. My guess was he was recruited by Ryan McWilliams, who's also a pitcher for this team from Radnor. Pitch to Kelly, he skies that one up. It looks like it's going to be in play, and it's going to be caught by Kevin King on the mound. Usually you don't want your pitcher catching it, but in situations like that, he's probably the only one that had a true chance there. But that will be out number 2. That will bring in Lucian Berger. Spent his freshman year at Fairfield, injury-plagued season. Really, the last 2 years before this year were tough with the shoulder injuries for Berger, but he had from what I heard, pretty healthy season at Lebanon Valley this year, where he hit very well. Takes that first pitch inside, and he's been swinging the bat well. He I was told, hit the green shed in left center field earlier this season. That one hangs up a bit. He's going to catch the outside corner for a strike. Berger, a member of the 2024 Marple Newtown District Champion team. He did not play in that championship game. He was injured in the playoffs. That ball smoked into the right center field gap. That one's going to be off the base of the wall in about 2 or 3 bounces. Bobby Doherty will score pretty easily here, and Ridley's on the board for the first time. Great swing there by Lucian Berger, and much needed for this Ridley team to get back in this thing a little bit. And with Berger still on second base, I'm sure the Black Sox would love to get another run here. Well, Jeremy Stranix is now up here for Ridley, looking to try and make this a 2-run game with Berger on second base. Berger's got solid speed, so a base hit should potentially get him in. First pitch is perfectly painted on the outside corner for strike one. If you're just joining us, Delco League broadcast back on the air here. We'll have 1 game a week in the regular season. We'll ramp it up a bit more in the playoffs. As that ball is going to be blooped into shallow right center field. Looks like it's going to be down over the head of Gus Wright, in between Andrew Lubersolik, fires to the plate. And just what the doctor ordered here for the Black Sox. They've now cut this lead to 4-2. Little inside-out swing there by Stranix, a bit into no man's land. A little too far for Wright. Andrew Lubersolik wasn't able to get there. And a couple of big 2-out hits for Ridley has cut this lead to 4-2. And they still have a runner on first base. And Stranix would not be surprised to see him take off here and take a big lead, but will not take off. A check swing, I do not believe he went. Don't think they're going to check that one, so that'll be ball 1. Throw over to first. Gets away. Stranix will stay at first. The fences are not very deep off the foul line here at Ridley. Ryan McGee struck out looking his first time up. Swing and a miss. Looked like another change up there from Kevin King. Jason Hankins waits on deck, followed by C.J. Costales and John T. And if there are not any changes made. And Stranix will take off. That one's going to be dribbled foul down the third base line. Stranix took off last time. We'll see if he does that again. King keeping an eye on him. Pretty small lead for Stranix. He will not take off. Pitch to McGee. Curveball just misses. It looks like maybe a little up, a little in. I think McGee bailed a little early, but it ended up not being a strike. Throw over to first. Nothing doing. Well done over there by Gavlik to keep it in front. Nothing doing from Stranix. McGee will pop that one back off the screen. If you've never been to Ridley, it's a very short backstop here. It's not very wide, and it goes pretty far out. So most pop-ups straight up in the air are going to be in right off the fence. In this inning, we had an RBI double from Lucian Berger. Jeremy Stranix followed that up with an RBI single. Stranix still on first base. He's going to take off. Pitch to McGee. He's going to be grounded over to first. A diving stop by Dan Gavlik. Flips it over, and it gets away. It gets away. Stranix is going to head to third base. Great job by Gavlik laying out to knock that one down. The timing was just a bit off with that flip. Not much else Gavlik could have done there, laying out to get that one done. Did not have his exact age, but I believe I saw a 2007 college graduation, so you can do the math there. Well, now it's Ryan McGee on first base, Stranix on third. Jason Hankins the batter, and one swing could potentially make this a tie game or even a Ridley lead. That one's away. Not sure who's up next, as we were talking to Ben Thorpe earlier in the broadcast here. He's always, as he mentioned, kind of always on call for this team. Ben Mutz has got his uniform on, so he could potentially be in there. That pitch is going to be upstairs. McGee doesn't have too great of a speed over there at first base, but we'll see if he's going to take off. Hankins is going to take that one on the outside corner. CJ Castalis will indeed be on deck here. McGee will not take off. That ball is hit well out to left field, going back to the track, and it's going to be over the head, and I believe a ground rule double. And that one's gone. That one's going to be gone. The call on the field is a home run. There's really not much to see here. There's going to be some debate, but as of right now, that's going to be a 3-run homer for Jason Hankins. And Ridley with a 5 spot here in the inning to make it 5-4. We're going to have a bit of a conversation here from our vantage point. That's almost impossible to see. The left fielder here for Upper Darby, Jake Verbitsky, did not seem to see that one, so it's kind of hard to check his reaction, but he was immediately calling for a double. And it looks like it's going to be a double. I didn't think off the bat, and where I saw, I didn't think it was a home run, so it's going to be a double here. It's going to be a 4-4 game. It is going to be a 4-3 game because they're going to send McGee to third base. I guess if it's a ground rule double, it should be second and third. So it'll be second and third in a 4-3 lead. A lot of commotion going on here. But if it is a ground rule double, each runner will get 2 bases. So apologies for the confusion there. I'm just as confused as anybody. It's going to be an RBI double for Jason Hankins. 4 straight hits here. Can hear from the Ridley coaching staff, they're not thrilled that the first base ump overruled the home plate ump on that call. Either way, it looks like that'll be it for Kevin King, and Ben Thorpe will head to the mound here when we return. Back here from the bottom of the fourth, Ben Thorpe comes into a tough spot here. Second and third, 2 outs against CJ Castalis. First pitch from Thorpe misses just a bit outside. Thorpe, vice president of Delco Baseball now. Of course, this broadcast on the Delco League, but you'll hear him a lot broadcasting high school baseball games. And Ben, a Springfield alum and Elizabethtown College alum. Pitch to Castalis. That one's going to be popped to Brennan Till. He seems like he's got a beat on it, and he will make the catch. So 2 pitches is all it takes for Ben Thorpe to get out of the inning here. Ridley gets 3 runs back. It looked like it was going to be more, but Jason Hankins, what was originally called a home run, it eventually was called a ground rule double. But either way for Ridley, they get 3 runs back here to cut this deficit to 4-3 when we head to the top of the 5th. Back here for the top of the fifth, and we got I won't say brand new ball game because Upper Darby still leads at 4-3, but it was 4-0 before this last inning here, so we got a much more entertaining game. Brendan Till will lead things off here in the top of the fifth. He's had a cheesesteak, he's had a chicken parm, he's had a base hit. He's 1 for 2. First pitch misses a bit, looks like a bit low and away. 2-3-4 in the order here for Upper Darby. That one's a bit upstairs. Brendan Till had to miss the Delco League Finals last year due to an injury, diving back into first base on a pickoff throw. He injured his shoulder. Pitch to Till. That one's going to be slapped to left field. That's going to be caught out there in left field by Jason Hankins. Nice play on the run. Good swing by Till to take it the other way. Dan Gavlik is your hitter now. Just laid out over there at first base. Gavlik on the day is 1 for 2. He's also scored a run. Strikeout in the first, single in the third. That one a bit outside, but he takes a hack at it for strike 1. Christian Strickland on deck. Jake Verbitsky in the hole. That one misses a bit low. From the reliever for for Ridley, Aiden Calagonis. Perfectly executed on the outside corner from Calagonis. We'll be heading to Penn State Harrisburg. He's a recent Westchester East alum. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Looked to be a bit of a changeup. Perhaps, from my eyes, it looks a bit like a splitter because it looks like a bit harder than a normal changeup. But either way, it's a strikeout there for Calagonis. The catcher, Christian Strickland, will step in. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning for his first at-bat. And in the top of the third, he struck out looking. Strickland skies that one in the air. From my angle, looks like it's going to stay in play over at shortstop by John T. And he will make the catch in a 1-2-3 inning here for Calagonis, who's really stopped the bleeding here. Ridley's got a little bit of a momentum all of a sudden as they currently trail this one 4-3, but have scored the game's last 3 runs, and will look to add on more. It looks like Ben Mutz will be taking over on the mound here for Upper Darby when we return. Get you some other Delco League updates. Wayne took down Springfield by a 13-0 final today. That game was over in 5 innings. Stephen Wells homered. I believe off the top of my head that is his 3rd homer of the year. Elliot Dix also drove in 3 runs along with Wells. Drew Van Horn had a big day at the plate. He had a triple and also drove in 2 runs. Matt Cain drove in a run. Aiden Fry, Danny Braslow, so a big win there for Wayne. They currently will still stay in second place. Gavin Glass threw 4 no-hit innings with just a walk and 8 strikeouts. Brian Henry, a scoreless inning as well. In our other game right now, we have the Aston Valley Knights and Narberth Outsiders. Narberth leading that one by a 2-0 score. That game's in the top of the 6th. Not sure who this fellow is. O. DeLong threw 4 shutout innings for Narberth. Back to work here in the bottom of the 5th will be John Tian, who flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Takes that one a bit up and away to get this inning started. Ridley now trailing just 4-3 after they were down 4-0. With John Tian, then back to the top of the order. That one's upstairs as well. Bobby Doherty, Jimmy Boyle, and Liam Kelly. That one misses away here. And imagine Tian probably has the red light here. But we'll see how aggressive they are. 3-0 pitch. That one is going to be in there for a called strike. You could hear Tian very quickly apologize for that one. For a surprisingly tight zone all day, that one looked a bit low to me, but hey, long day. That one's going to be upstairs, ball 4. I thought that one looked a little bit better, but either way, Tian's going to work a walk one way or another. Back to the top of the order here for Ridley. Bobby Doherty, your batter. He grounded out to second in the first inning. He walked in the 4th inning. Started a rally of 8 hitters. First pitch to Doherty, that one's going to miss a bit upstairs. Tian's got good speed over there, but would be surprised to see him take off this early, especially after the way the last inning was. Ben Mutt's your new pitcher here for Upper Darby. He's going to paint the outside corner there with a strike. Looks like Mutz is going to call a quick timeout. Mutz has thrown just 1 inning so far for Upper Darby, as I can attest to. He's thrown a lot in the MSBL League for the Springfield Cardinals, a league that's gotten a lot better. It's 25 and up. I believe you can have 2 players in the league under 25, but they cannot be pitchers. Pitch here to Doherty. That one's going to be punched into left field. That will drop for a base hit. Great swing by Bobby Doherty. John Tian is barreling around second. He will head to third. The throw, he is in there. And that throw allows Bobby Doherty to get to second base. And all of a sudden, Ridley once again in business. Great swing there by Bobby Doherty. I believe might go down in the books as just a single. I think probably a double. I mean, the throw went to third, but I think he might have got to second either way. But now Jimmy Boyle has the opportunity to take himself out of getting a loss on the mound. Well, still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th for Ridley. John Tian on third base, Bobby Doherty on second, Jimmy Boyle up with Liam Kelly on deck. First pitch of Boyle is a slider in there for a called strike. Lucian Berger salivating the opportunity to get on with runners on once again. Pitch to Jimmy Boyle. He checks his swing. He did not go, so that will be ball 1. Corners are in here for Upper Darby. Pitch to Boyle. That one's going to be fouled out of play. Pitch to Boyle. That one's going to be fouled back. Good job by Boyle to stay alive. Now, at this point for Upper Darby, they're not playing the full infield in. Still leading by 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch here. Boyle takes for ball 2 to even it up. Not sure what Upper Darby's plan would be after Mutz, whether he stays in for this inning. Continues the pitch to Boyle. That one's going to be lined. Ground ball over to Gus Wright. That will get the job done. Boyle out at first. But we have a tie ball game here at Ridley High School. Now, unlike the high school level, a game could end in a tie due to darkness, in which case that means I do not have to do a post-game interview. Although I do get paid hourly, so you got to give and take. Well, either way, Ridley now has the go-ahead run on third base with just one out. Bobby Doherty leads off. Pitch to Liam Kelly. A slider misses just away. It'll be Lucian Berger on deck. Jeremy Stranix in the hole. Ryan McGee and Jason Hankins all due up. That ball's going to be popped up. It looks like it's going to stay in play. Dan Gavla calls everybody out, and a big, big out for Ben Mutz to limit the damage here. Going to get a quick mound visit from Upper Darby manager Dave Jordan. Not sure if this will be the end of the day for Mutz or if he just wants to go potentially give someone a bit of a breather here. It looks like they're just going to kind of talk things over. Well, it certainly does not look like Ben Mutz is coming out of this game, so I think this is kind of just calm him down a little bit and give him some time. Well, it looks like they are going to put Lucian Berger on, and honestly, I do not blame them with the way he's been swinging the bat lately. With the open first and second base, the righty-lefty matchup, it looked like that's kind of what that conversation was about, and it's just the kind of season Lucian Berger is having so far for this team. Well, that'll bring in Jeremy Stranix, who did single his last time up and probably feels a little bit of disrespect here, even if the situation reasonably warranted it. You also get that forced second. However, Lucian Berger could potentially decide to take off for second here. Here's the pitch. Now it's going to be fouled back by Stranix. Shout out to Nikki Giannini in the comments. Let us know CJ Casales went to Malvern. We were asking that earlier. That pitch is going to be grounded foul down the third base line. That'll check out because I believe I saw him in an Episcopal versus Malvern game, so that lines up. Quickly, 0-2 here. Ben Mutz trying to work out of trouble. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be lined over to Brennan Till. Fields it cleanly, flips to Gus Wright at second base to get out of the inning. Well, Upper Darby, the lead was once 4-0. Ridley now storms back for 4 unanswered to tie this game up. We will head to the top of the 6th. We are still now locked in at 4-4. Back here for the top of the 6th at Ridley High School. We got a 4-4 game between the first place, two-time defending champion Upper Darby Blue Sox and the 9-4-1 third place Ridley Black Sox. It was 4-0 Upper Darby. That game is now a 4-4 game. 3 runs came across in the 4th inning for Ridley. Looked like it was going to be a 5-4 game. A Jason Hankins 3-run homer was eventually ruled a ground rule double. I am about 400 feet away from that, so I could not give you a good answer on that. But what I can say is that we got a good ball game coming up here. Jake Verbitsky will be the batter here for Upper Darby. Aiden Calagonis remains on the mound. He's been stellar in relief so far. He's thrown 2 scoreless innings. And the first pitch is inside out, fouled. Looks like it's going to be out of play behind the Ridley dugout. Jake Verbitsky so far struck out, and he's also walked. Verbitsky, Ant Kelly, Gus Wright. Verbitsky hits that one into center field. Did he hit it too far? He did, right into the glove of Lucian Berger. Not a bad swing there by Verbitsky, but just kind of hung up a bit. And Kelly, your batter here, he had a big double earlier in the game as well. Pitch to Kelly. That was smacked down the left field line. That one's going to go foul as well. And Kelly's been early on a lot of these pitches so far. 1 for 2 with that 2-run double. At the high school level, you can't see any ties, but at the Delco League level, you could potentially if this game is still scoreless after 7. Guess that means I really wouldn't have much in terms of post-game interviews to do if we have a tie. Just pull one person from each team, like, hey, how does it feel that you didn't win this game? For Upper Darby, though, in first place, you'll take any point you can get and try and get that #1 seed. Pitch here to Kelly. That ball's going to be grounded over to third base. Jeremy Stranix fields it on his knee, but he throws it. Oh, and Ryan McGee is able to jump and land on the bag for out #2. That's what you get when you put in a 6'3" first baseman over there. It's very impressive to be able to jump up, get that one, and come back down and land on the base as well for out #2. I'll bring in Gus Wright. In his first at-bat, he was hit by a pitch. And then back in his last at-bat, which was in the top of the 3rd, he struck out swinging. Gus just finished up one of the many players in the Delco and Central League world that ends up at Catholic University. I believe they had about 11 on the team this year. Sammy Berman, who is not in the building tonight. 3-time Delco League champ with Upper Darby being one of those. Jack Bateman, yep, that one's in the dirt. A couple of those Catholic guys left for the Westchester League with the Springfield team, that Blue Jays team, Jack Mahalik, Charlie Belli. Yeah, a couple on the Ducks. That ball's going to be fouled back, and our phone setup just taking a beating today. Yeah, and it helps that the part of the fence that's in the screen is behind the scoreboard, so we can work with that. Two and one here to Gus Wright. That one's way upstairs. And Calagonis has really kind of stopped the bleeding here. Not a terrible start for Jimmy Boyle. Got a little bit unlucky. A little bit more wild than we've seen him. Just kind of making that adjustment from facing all high school hitters to facing guys who either all played or could have played in college or used to play in college. And that one might have missed a bit low, but has been the theme all day. It's been a pretty tight zone, so no one can really complain on either side about too much in terms of the zone. Seeing Calagonis is a recent Westchester East graduate, and he'll be heading to Penn State Harrisburg. I believe we have this is Andrew Lubersolik, who came in for Colby McNeely. So he'll be a senior at Penncrest next season. Pretty solid season for Andrew over there at Penncrest, and he'll be most likely sliding over to shortstop with Sergio Hernandez out of town now. Gus Wright, pretty big lead. Good job by Liam Kelly. Almost looked like he didn't realize he caught the ball there, or he was trying to deke him out a bit. A little gamesmanship. Looks like Chase Cherney will be on deck and then back to the top of the order. So the only sub so far for Upper Darby has been getting McNeely that appearance and putting in Luber Solik. That ball's going to be hit. Pretty lazy fly ball into right field, but he's... Oh, it's going to fall in for a base hit.
3 down.
And Gus Wright will advance to third. That ball looked a lot harder off the bat than it was, but it kind of just hung up there a little bit. Ball just kind of died out there in front of Bobby Doherty. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to be right at him. But Gus Wright's able to get over to third base. We're going to have a quick mound visit. We're bringing Chase Cherney. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout today, but he's got a big opportunity here to put his team ahead out of the 9 spot. With Andrew Luber Solik on first base, he's taking a pretty healthy lead over there. Pitch is going to be just a bit down from Calagonis. Cherney at the plate, back to the top of the order next for Adam Fine. That one's in the dirt. Good job by Liam Kelly to keep that one in front. It's a fairly big lead over there by Luber Solik once he gets into a secondary, but we haven't seen much of a inkling that he's going to steal, and takes a big lead. That one's in there for a strike. Looked like potentially he was going to go, but he decided to hold off. Luber Solik starts to take off. That pitch is fouled back. 7:40 local time here. It looks like we should get 7 innings and no problem. If it goes to 8th, potentially, depends how long these last 3, 4 half innings go. But either way, we got a 2-2 count coming here. And the pitch, that one's going to be lined right over to Strandix at third base for the third and final out. Good job by Aiden Calagonis to strand the runners. Upper Darby gets first and third with 2 outs, but they do not capitalize. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here at Ridley, with the Black Sox and Upper Darby tied 4-4. Back with some updates around the area. As we mentioned earlier, Wayne took down Springfield by a 13-0 final. Aston Valley has came back from down 2-0. They now lead Narberth by a 3-2 score. Kenyon Motley with a double on the day and an RBI. Jackson Roche 2 for 2 with an RBI for the Knights. Colin Porter has thrown 3 2/3 shutout innings of relief with 3 strikeouts. It'll be Podrick McManus, a recent graduate of Cardinal O'Hara, taking over on the mound here for the Upper Darby Blue Sox. We'll get you some of his stats so far on the season. Actually, we will not get you any stats because he has not thrown yet so far for Upper Darby. This will be his first appearance. We might be able to get you some Cardinal O'Hara stats. He threw 10 2/3 innings for O'Hara this year with a 1.31 ERA. Broke out on the scene with a very good sophomore year, missed all of his junior year with an injury, and seemed like he was a little late to ramp up again this year for the Lions. It'll be Ryan McGee, Jason Hankins, and C.J. Costales. Remember, Jason Hankins looked like for a second he gave Ridley the lead with a 3-run homer. It turned out to be a ground rule double that made it a 4-3 game. Hankins will be up second this inning after McGee. Turned into a beautiful night here at Ridley. It was a hot one for a lot of the day, but once the clouds came in and never really got too sunny again after that, which is good because our phone would have overheated. Ryan McGee has struck out looking and also singled so far today. Be heading to Holy Family primarily as a pitcher, but who knows? Maybe he'll bring the bat along with him. Make them tell him no. First pitch from McManus is a bit low. McGee's going to slap that one foul, heading towards the football field. That one's at the 20. It's at the 25, at the 30, and it'll stop it around the 30. One pitch to McGee. A little bit upstairs. I do not believe he went. They're not even going to check that one. McGee, same pitch. He holds off once again. He's going to be focusing in on just one spot here. One of the most productive hitters for the Blue Sox so far this year. And 3-1 to McGee. That one's going to be low and away, ball 4, and the Black Sox have the go-ahead run on base here in the bottom of the 6th. Looks like we might be... No, we're not getting a runner. That was someone coming out to be a first base coach here for Ridley. That's Bobby Doherty coming out to coach first. Jason Hankins, the batter here. Throw over to first, nothing doing. Jason Hankins, C.J. Costales, John T, and then back to the top of the order. First pitch in there, right down Broadway for strike 1. Throw over to first, nothing doing. Upper Darby has used a plethora of pitchers tonight. Kevin King was excellent. Ben Mutz, Ben Thorpe. Now here to Podrick McManus. Aims outside, misses outside. McGee's going to take off. The throw to second from Strickland, not in time. Go-ahead run now at second base here for the Black Sox. Runner in scoring position here for Jason Hankins, who grounded out in his first at-bat and then hit that double in his second at-bat. Pitch to Hankins out, a big, healthy hack. McManus blows it by him. One-two to Hankins. That ball's foul down the right field line. McManus tries to go the inner part of the plate, and he fights it off. Mr. Hankins tries to paint the inside corner. That one just runs a bit in. Don't blame him for trying to go back there. Pitch to Hankins, and a called strike 3. Perfectly painted on the outside corner from Podrick McManus. Beautiful pitch to be able to put that pitch right there and not allow McGee to get an extra 90 feet. C.J. Costales, the batter here. 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to short in the third. Flew out to short in the fourth. Healthy hack at that first pitch for strike number 1. Second pitch to Costales. Check swing, but he fouls it back. That one ran in on his hands. McManus really going after that inside part of the plate. Oh, 0-2 pitch coming here to Costales. Ryan McGee leads off second base. The pitch, that one misses low and away. Trying to go right where he went to Hankins. John T. and the 9-hitter who singled his last time up waits on deck, then back to the top of the order. Doherty, Boyle, and Liam Kelly. Tom Carey, the Ridley High School coach, was starting to warm up behind the dugout. Costales just slaps that one over to Gavlik at first base, who will take it himself. Ryan McGee gets over to third. Not exactly what Costales wanted, but now a potential wild pitch or infield single could score McGee with 2 outs. John Tien has good speed in the batter's box, so potential bobble or infield single would be enough to get it done. Looks like we may have a pinch hitter here should Bobby Doherty's spot get up. That ball's going to be a broken bat grounder over to second base. Gus Wright's got it. He fires over to first, and Podrick McManus escapes trouble. Well, buckle up. We're coming into a landing here as this is a 4-4 game here at Ridley. Upper Darby in first place, Ridley in third place. Unfortunately, this game could potentially end in a tie. I do believe we have enough sunlight that we could potentially get an 8th inning, but for right now, it is a 4-4 ball game when we return. It would be the top of the order here in the top of the 7th for Upper Darby. It would also be the top of the order in the bottom of the 7th for Ridley. So exactly what you all tune in to see here. Welcome back to the Delco League on YouTube. We'll be here the rest of the season, once a week in the regular season and a little more often than that in the playoffs. First pitch to Adam Fine. He squares the bunt, and it looks like it hit him, and that will be an out. Siri did not understand my broadcast there, apparently, but it looked like Adam Fine bunted that one and hit him after he had left the box already, so that will be a tough first out here for the Blue Sox. don't know exactly how to score that one. Bunt. I don't. Usually you put a number of the fielder that hit it. I guess batter's interference is what we're calling it. Thank you to Mr. Wright for letting me know that one. First pitch here to Brendan Till. It's an off-speed that just hangs up a bit. Till has a ground out to second, a single, a line out to left, and a couple bites of cheesesteak and a chicken parm that we rated earlier today. Shout out Nico Steaks. Pitch from Till is going to foul that one back. That even gave me a bit of a jump scare. Looks like the stream will be okay. The fence is going to kind of creep in things a little bit, but not too bad. We'll get some bungee cords to the next one. Our next broadcast is expected to be Wayne versus Aston Valley next Monday, as that one's in the dirt. That will be at Devon Prep. We'll be off this weekend for the 4th of July. I believe the last games are on Thursday for the week, but let me check in on that. Pitch to Till. That one's going to be smacked over to second base. CJ Costales has it cleanly and fires over to first to McGee for out number 2. And Aiden Calagones has been excellent in relief so far for Ridley to give them some life. Last games of the week this week will be on Thursday the 2nd. Then we'll be off Friday and Saturday, and usually no games on Sunday in the Delco League unless it's a makeup game. First pitch to Gavlik in there for a called strike. Gavlik's going to be a bit late on that one, fouls it back. Pitch to Gavlik. That one's going to be fouled. Getting close to the lights of the football field, but looks like it will stay in the baseball stadium. Christian Strickland waits on deck, followed by Jake Verbitsky. Turned into a gorgeous night here at Ridley. Here's a pitch to Gavlik. Off speed that just hung up there a little bit. Pitch is going to be smoked foul down the right field line. Still 1-2 over here for Aiden Calagonis to Dan Gavlik. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit well to left field. It's going to be well over the head of Jason Hankins. Gavlik is going to round first. He will head into second base. And Upper Darby now has the game-tying run in scoring position. Great swing there by Gavlik. See if we could potentially get a pinch runner for him here. And we will. Looks like it'll be Tamia Mosley coming in. That will be a pinch runner here, so Gavlik is now out of the game. Don't believe there's a re-entry here in the Delco League, but I also don't think his spot would have come up again. Well, Springfield's Tamia Mosley comes out here. A base hit here, and you know he's going to be flying around the bases. Longtime Blue Sox Christian Strickland set to step in the box here. He's been hit by a pitch. He struck out. He's also flew out to center. Excuse me, flew out to shortstop. Jake Verbitsky waits on deck. Beautiful slider there to get the at-bat started. A swing and a miss by Strickland. Mosley with a reasonable sized lead over its second. His pitch to Strickland. That ball is grounded foul down the third base line. Quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming. Mosley leads off second. Here's the pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Another scoreless inning from Aiden Calagonis, and Ridley will look to walk this thing off when we return. Back here for the bottom of the seventh as Ridley will look to walk this thing off. We'll get a couple pinch hitters here. Pinch hitting for the 9 spot, John Tian, will be Haverford alum Owen Click. And also pinch hitting in the number 1 spot on deck will be Ridley head coach Tom Carey. Unfortunately, do not have any stats from his season unless you want to go by coach wins and losses. Looks like so far he is 2 for 4 on the season. Well, it looks like we are having some conversations on whether this is the last half inning of the game or not. I believe I just heard someone say, let's play and figure it out, but I don't believe that is what this ump wants to hear. It's already 8:02. If you start an inning, you have to finish it. So it looks like there's some conversations being had here on whether or not this game would go on past the 7th inning. Either way, Podrick McManus out for another inning of work for the Blue Sox. Anthony Kelly now over at first base as Dan Gavlik was pinch ran for. We'll see if there's any other defensive changes. Just by my eyes, I still see Verbitsky in left. I see Fine in center. I see Luber Solik in right. Kelly at first. Gus Wright at second. Brennan Till at short. And there's a barrage of people over there blocking my view of third base, having some discussions. I'm going to try and listen in here real quick. I would be shocked if an 8th inning was played in this game. The Upper Darby players are jokingly saying it's too dark to even finish this inning here. I'm sure the Upper Darby players would love for the game to be over now, as they'll get a tie. All they can do is tie or lose at this point. We'll take this little delay to give some games in the area outside of just the Delco League world. We've got some Cal Ripken updates that have been going on here. We have at the 10U level, Hilltop took down Springfield by an 11-0 final today. We also had in the 11U bracket, Interborough took down Hilltop 8-6. I believe that forces a, if necessary, game tomorrow. Hilltop is the 10U champion. We also have in the Senior Legion world, UDHL took down Broomall Newtown. A lot of our high school guys that we covered this year for Delco Baseball Now are in that. Donnie Reich, 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs for Broomall in that loss, excuse me. For UDHL, Joey Graziani threw 7 innings with 2 earned runs. I'm going to see if I can get an update here. That was a discussion about the lineup. The DH was terminated, and they put the pitcher in a different spot in the lineup. I didn't know you could do that, but I guess you can now. Either way, we are back here. Owen Click, recent Haverford graduate, will pinch hit here for John Tian. First pitch to Click, that's going to be a curveball that hangs a bit outside. Of course, a run here for Ridley will end this game. I would be shocked if an 8th inning was played here. So it looks like this could potentially be it. Pitch here to Click. That one's going to miss low and away. Pitch to Click. It's going to be fouled off of the Ridley dugout. You can also hear that Lanark Hills won the 12U bracket for Cal Ripken. Congrats to Lanark Hills. Pitch misses way upstairs. Three and 1 here to Owen Click with, I believe, Tom Carey waiting on deck. Pitch to Click, ball 4, he walked him. Oh, it will be Jimmy Boyle stepping to the plate, so it looked like it was, hold on, we have a, yeah, so Tom Carey will be up. I'm a little confused by the pinch hit. Okay, so it was Click was pinch hitting. Okay, they told me incorrectly. Click was pinch hitting for Bobby Doherty. So now it would be Boyle, and then Tom Carey will be pinch hitting for Liam Kelly. So I think they had that a little bit out of order here. But either way, Owen Click starts this inning off with a walk. Jimmy Boyle looks to potentially be squaring to bunt. He was kind of fidgeting for a second. Now he's going to take that one low and in. No pinch runner here. Click will stay for himself at first. So it'll be Boyle, Tom Carey, Lucienberger, Jeremy Stranix. Looks like they're potentially talking. We have a quick timeout here from Nick Tacombe to talk to Boyle. A lot of conversations being had here in this one. Chase Cherney playing in at third base and with a potential bunt, but it looks like Boyle's going to swing. No, he's going to square to bunt here. He's going to square to bunt. He's going to pull it back for a strike. A bit of a two-seamer from McManus. Owen Click with a pretty small lead over there at first. Boyle's going to square to bunt again. He's going to pull it back. That one's outside. Boyle once again squares, and that one hit him. And they're calling it foul. That one looked like it hit Boyle in the arm. They must have said that he did not pull the bat back. We're going to have a conversation here. Looks like they're going to ask to check it. I thought that from this angle, I thought he pulled it back and hit him in the forearm. and the umpire saying it hit the bat first. Well, it looks like at this point, Boyle's going to be swinging away. I didn't hear a knob, but I'm also a bit further away. Either way, it'll be 2-2 here to Boyle with Owen Click on first base. Pitch to Boyle. Foul tip and hung on by Christian Strickland for out number 1. Good job by Strickland to hang on to that one. That'll bring in Tom Carey. Carey now playing on the field he coaches at, the Ridley High School varsity coach. Played at Haverford. Also at Ursinus. Throw over to first, and he pretended like he got away. Click was not having any of that. Had me fooled for a second. Kelly started running up the first baseline with the ball in his glove, but Click was not falling for that one. Pitch from McManus. That one's going to be on the outside corner for a called strike. Carey isn't throw. That look pretty good from here. Still haven't seen Click look like he's going to take any semblance of a lead. Excuse me, a steal. Tom Carey checks his swing. Did not go on that one. Could potentially wait for 2 outs for that one. Lucian Berger waits on deck, and with the way he's swinging, you're always in scoring position. Carey takes that one just a bit outside. Good eye there. Strickland tried to steal that one. I believe I heard something from the Upper Darby dugout say in or out. I'm not sure there's much of a debate on that one. Click's going to go. Carey's going to smack that one into right field, and it's going to be down. Heading over to third base is Click. The throw is going to be cut off, and Tom Carey has Upper Darby 90 feet away from a win. Great swing there, and it's a great hit and run as Owen Click gets over to third base. I would not be surprised if Lucian Berger is intentionally walked here to load up the bases. First and third. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner at first base here for Carey. Not that his run particularly matters. I'm thinking that Lucian Berger is probably being walked here. And that is going to be the case. In this case, I understand it to get the force at home. With the way he's been swinging the bat, too, it certainly makes a lot of sense. Well, Jeremy Stranix, for the second time, is going to have Lucian Berger intentionally walked in front of him. Well, Ryan McGee waits on deck here if Stranix is not able to end this game. First pitch there is a bit low. One-0 pitch to Stranix. That ball's hitting the air. That one's going to be foul, tailing down the third base line. Jeremy Stranix, a Ridley alum, plays his college baseball over at DeSales. He's got Click on third base. We'll check that pinch runner over there at second base for you. Lucian Berger over at first. His run doesn't really matter. Pitch to Stranix. That ball's going to be grounded over to Till. Till's going to fire home for one. There will be no throw to first. Smart play there by Brennan Till to get that lead runner. You don't want to risk that double play up the middle, but it'll be up to Ryan McGee now. For the first Delco League broadcast in 2 years, we got ourselves a good one here. Upper Darby led 4-0 early. Ridley chipped away. They scored 3 in the fourth. They scored 1 in the fifth to get it to 4-4. Podrick McManus on the mound looking to end potentially end this game here in a tie. Pim McGee is going to catch the inside corner for a strike at 8:13. I do not expect an 8th inning to be in the card, so this right here will likely be your last batter of the game. Upper Darby still in first place. A loss today will not change that. Ridley in third place. Pitch to McGee. That one's going to be slapped into left field, and that one's going to be down for a base hit, and that will do it. Ryan McGee walks this one off here for Ridley. A huge win for the Black Sox as they win this one by a final of 5-4. What a ball game here at Ridley as the Black Sox continue a resurgent 2026 season by a 5-4 final. Ryan McGee, your walk-off winner. He takes that base hit into left field to get this win. What a game here. As mentioned, Upper Darby led 4-0 after 3 innings. Ridley came back with 3 in the bottom of the 4th, 1 in the bottom of the 5th. And Ryan McGee is your walk-off winner here today. He ends up the day with 2 for 3. He has a walk as well as that walk-off single. An unbelievable game here today for two teams that seem like they're primed for deep playoff runs. Upper Darby still sitting in first place at 13-3, but Ridley, really a bounce-back season for them with all the young talent they have. They seem like they have a very strong group here. What a performance, really, in relief by Aiden Calagonis. He threw 4 shutout innings with 4 strikeouts, just allowed 2 hits and 1 walk. Jimmy Boyle started the game, wasn't his best outing. He did have 7 strikeouts over 3 innings, but 3 hits, 4 earned runs, and a walk. But a great performance here for the Ridley Black Sox as they improve on their unbelievable season. They now sit at 10-4-1. They continue in third place, but they inch closer towards potentially getting that first-round bye. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the first game back here for the Delco League on the Delco League YouTube channel. Stay tuned for weekly broadcasts. Next Monday will be Aston Valley at Wayne at Devon Prep. But for Brendan Ricciardi for the